Hey friends and family, for those who don't know me, my name's Ben. I'm a British citizen. I'm married to Ukrainian and I'm currently in Poland. I came out here about 10 days ago, maybe more now, to help with my wife's family, who are Ukrainian, who'd fled from the war. I've been working on visas and paperwork for them. While I was here, I was put up by Matt and Natalia, some very old friends who have been sending aid into Ukraine to Lviv, and I came back for a bit and now I'm back out here because I'm helping a charity who are trying to rescue children at the border. There's a lot going on. For my family here, they were at the visa centre in Warsaw for a couple of days, and their paperwork's been messed up and it's confusing as to what to do next, so trying to work on that. For Matt and Natalia, Matt yesterday drove about 24 hours driving into Lviv, delivering aid. He's wearing his flak jacket and had to take cover when there were air raid signals, sirens, and he was delivering aid to a church there, to some friends and to an orphanage. When we first got connected with this orphanage, it really struck something in me, real sense that I should do something. But the enormity of a project like that, of trying to help children, is just way beyond anything that I could do. So when I came back, I spoke to a few people, people who've been foster parents in the UK. 4 different contacts all told me about this charity called Homes for Good, which is run by Sue Coleman. Oh, not run, sorry, she's a trustee there. And been in contact with her. So there was looking like something there that maybe I could help connect people with. At the same time, on a completely separate note, I was put in contact with a lady called Emma Keeley. She has a home that she has offered my family to use within the UK, and as we were chatting about it, she mentioned that she'd been involved with, was hoping that this home will be used for fostering children. So I asked if she knew about this Homes for Good, and she told me that not only does she know of them, that she actually shares an office with them. And I think when she told me in the conversation, it didn't really register, but just the extraordinary coincidence of these things. And she also told me about someone who she knew, Keith, who has been running a charity. They have like 30 something plus years of experience working with foster children. So I contacted him, and his plan was to do the very thing that I'd felt was necessary, which was to somehow come over here, help children and help them find somewhere safe and away from this conflict zone. So he is coming out here with a team of people, and they will be arriving the next day or two. And when I heard about what they're doing, I asked if there's anything I could do to help. So I'm hopefully helping with connections here, and anything that they need. And the night before last, I spent a few hours in the middle of the night just walking around where I live in West London, just praying and thinking, trying to make sense of the whole thing. And I just came to the realisation that coming and helping is here. There's only one thing in my life I'm more certain of, and that was when I asked my wife Oksana to marry me. So I'm here, trying to help with that. Oksana is at home. Her gran passed away just a few days ago, and our oldest boy Rowan is sick. So me being here is reckless and stupid and selfish. But I also feel convinced and convicted. As the great philosopher J.K. Rowling said, there is a time where you have to choose between doing what is right and what's easy. So I'm here now, and what I'd really appreciate from you guys, if you know anyone who works within immigration who might be able to offer advice. That whole process has been stuck. We were calling 24-hour helplines yesterday, right the way into the middle of the night, trying to find someone who could give us any information. We're just being passed in circles around from one person and one organisation and one government department to the next. My friend Matt, he drove yesterday to Lviv, drove for about 24 hours, had to wear his flak jacket, and a couple of times had to find shelter when there were air raid sirens, but they managed to deliver the food to our church contacts there and also to the orphanage. So today I'll probably head over to the border, try and do a recce about what's going on there, so that when Keith and his team arrive they have a bit more information, and also try to connect them up with the local mayor via Matt and Natalia. This whole thing is mad. It's crazy, like it's just not the way that you would go about doing something. But at the same time, I have to remind myself that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, if someone had said to me, hey, you'll be helping send aid into a war zone, I would have said that'd be ridiculous. And I think there are times where you just have to act and work things out as you go. But what I really appreciate from all of you is if you have any ideas, any suggestions, any advice for me, I really want to hear it. I'm a firm believer that, advice comes from the strangest places. So, I just would really appreciate that. And then even more so than that would be just your prayers. Like pray for Oksana, pray for my friends Matt and Natalia that they can rest and regroup. Pray for my family here that the visas will go through, and pray for this crazy project with Keith that I'll actually be able to rescue these children. And make no mistake, that's what they're trying to do. Children who, if not helped at the border, may end up being trafficked or lost in a system. So, I'd really appreciate any prayers, any help, any advice you can give. I'm not normally a great prayer. I find it difficult. I find it frustrating very often. But I've just been praying here, and I'll just say a little prayer. If you're not religious, then maybe you end the video here. But I'm just going to say a little prayer. Dear Lord, I just ask that you would be with us. You are the Father of the fatherless. You are the Prince of Peace in this terrible war. We know that you can bring solutions that no one person could ever do. I ask that you would help us to just work well together for rest, for clarity, for resolutions to issues. And I ask that you would give wisdom to all those people involved in these projects. They would know the right way to move, the right actions to take, and that in everything we might glorify your name. Amen. Please feel free to share this video with anyone who you think might be interested. I'm changing the way that I'll be sending these messages out via WhatsApp, so I'll be doing a broadcast. So if you do want to keep receiving updates, just make sure that I'm saved as an actual contact in your address book, and then they'll keep coming. And if you don't want these updates, I fully understand. Just send me a message and I won't keep pestering you with stuff. And just as a final note, I'm hideously inequipped to do this and to be here. The first day I got here, I managed to get lost 4 times, ended up stuck in a field, and someone had to come and find me. I'm not very good at dealing with situations where things are unclear, where the next steps are unknown. But this is one of those situations in life where I think we all just have to band together and try and figure out what it is we can do. So, thank you, and I hope you have a good Sunday. Bye.